Just because no one can be better than the MVP. Because he needs to know his constituency.
There is water.
Well, I think the demonstration has been made, and we.
Yes, move. You come this side.
Yeah. That's how it works.
I'm very impressed.
Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. We welcome
Director, namwe namwena olw'omulimu omulungi guno okuyambisa abaana baife ab'emakugo bakyesobola mwebale nnyo mwebale nnyo. I'm coming for you.
distinguished chief guest, the Katikiro of Buganda. I'll add the word Sir Charles Peter Mayiga. Our distinguished hosts, the Katikiro of Busoga, the distinguished board, our partners, our distinguished guests, our dear parents, our beloved students, ladies and gentlemen.
And may I request them, Haj and Executive Director, to stand up, and we appreciate them too. Our chief guest, please, you can take your seat. Nathaniel is a musician, a songwriter. It's called Nathaniel, the gospel writer. He has a song that he says, "See what the Lord has done." And indeed, there's something that we see that the Lord has done. First, two kingdoms are here. Can we give a mighty hand clap? Two kingdoms are here. Chief guest, I don't take this for granted. When I see you here and the Katikiro, I am seeing the other side, I am unable to mention, and then the other side, our fathers. And thank you so much for supporting them. Is a continent of the following by excellence: quality service delivery in this region and the country at large, accountability, commitment, collaboration, and the last statement I wanted to say, value addition. Chief guest, you've moved in this institution, I know you've appreciated value addition. Both of you love them, and I know you are going to comment about them. I've always followed you and I listened to your statements. Thank you so much for encouraging us to always have value addition. Therefore, your coming continues to strengthen us, challenge the school administration to be better with regard to the above, prove that the institution is growing from strength to strength. Chief guest, I want to request this community, where are the teachers? Where are these gallant teachers? Please stand up, the teachers. Chief guest, I want these people to give a mighty hand clap to the teachers. They have done what they are supposed to do. I'm confirming and I'm affirming. They are reciprocating what is supposed to be done by them, and you have been able to see and witness what they have been able to do. Thank you, teachers, before the chief guest, for the job well done. In conclusion, chief guest, Viva is a good school. As an education supervisor, Viva is a good school. I wish you clap for that. Why? It is producing and continues to produce a child with commendable life skills. And indeed, I want to appreciate the parents and the school at large, because they have given these children full support. And today, they are able to do things that they expected of because there is that support. In other words, your coming has strengthened and given Viva College community, family, another mileage. Because you are here to confirm that all that is being done in here is well implemented. I want to end today by saying, Chief Guest, we are privileged to have you. Very privileged. Dr. Mvola, we are privileged to have you with your counterpart on such a big event in the life of Viva. Now, to share words of wisdom, encouragement, and this one here is important to me, character. I appreciate that. And I wish the students who are here We really admire and give a hand clap to our two.
Know how hard it is for Nigeria to survive in this context. It is hard. And as a government, we work very hard to reduce those constraints. As a parent in this school and chief guest, I have had 3 of my children four in this school. So that tells you that I don't have very few children, I have a number. But this school gives you one thing. It gives you a person. It improves our children. And that's the most important thing that we see in this school. To the extent, chief guest, my firstborn son only listens to the director of the school, the executive director. He cannot even listen to the Katikiro of Busoga. It tells you something that we take for granted. That this is not just a school. It is a community. It is a family. And for the first time, guest of honor, we now see parents moving from Kampala to Jinja. At least there is a jam when there is a visitation at Viva. We are not so accustomed to jam in Busoga. But when there is a visitation at Viva, there is a jam in town. And that tells me that money is flowing into Busoga. The vision bearer, thank you and thank you very much. The Chabazing has requested me to thank you and honor you for that. When the headmaster was speaking, he was telling us about the grades. I am not a fan of grades. I'm not a fan of grades. I am a fan of competence. I am a fan of competence. So I am going to judge Viva by how much you shape the world, not by the grades that you deliver. So let me give you a higher level judgment. These days, we have moved for judging results. We don't judge process outputs. And therefore, to my senior brother, the systems you have put into place, no doubt, I can tell you that the competences of the children in this school is something that you should focus on more than the grades. There is a difference. You know, I happen to be an education economist, so I am also going to tell you and tell you where schools make mistakes. And we have made that mistake in this country. We chase grades. Viva, kindly don't chase grades. I beg you, don't chase grades. When I see the chief guest, I can tell he's from SMAC. We call them the weavers. Because we know how people from SMAC, we know the quality that comes from that school. The person, the civil servant. When you see me, you know that I'm from Wili. But I am also from Namiriango. When I see my children that have come from this school, they are better than me. And I have gone to the very, very good schools in this country and attended the only university at the time. There was nothing else. But the children you deliver are far better than myself. Not in the grades, but in the people that you train. I want to encourage you, since I remember the first time I came to your office, senior brother Juma, and that time we were talking about a technical school. So you can see that I'm also part of the vision. We were talking about a technical school. I hope you recall you even gave me a drawing, which I still keep in my office. I have not even implemented it. But I'm grateful that you're going to implement it. We want to thank you for investment in Busoga and to encourage our kids, to all our children. I have seen people here getting praises for being the best. Please recognize the best. However, I am an example. I was never among the best. Never was I among the best. But I am now among the best in my field. I know it. This is to encourage all of you who got no praises here, that you are going to be the best if you want to be. Chief guest, you will excuse me, I'm not a lawyer, but I always stand for those who are not being included. So I have tried to include everybody. I want you to enjoy your 10 years of celebration. Never mind the tough mark that I have given you, I know you can achieve it. To my brother Caesar, thank you for investing in Busoga. Thank you and thank you and thank you very much. To all the parents, thank you for investing in this school. The Chabazinga appreciates the scholarships. Chief guest, the first kids here, 5 or 6, were from the Chabazinga of Busoga. But the Chabazinga does not pay school fees, because Juma will pay school fees for the Chabazinga. And all the kids who came within the 5, their lives have turned. They are different people. We want to thank you.
Is due to the services of Juma Chisame when he was in the banking sector. Some of those people are even here today with us. And I think we all know that Mr. Chisame has just retired as chairman of the Uganda Revenue Authority, the body that collects taxes used to extend especially social services to the country. I'm sure the Commissioner General would say good things about him if he had been given the opportunity. Little wonder that a man of such extensive experience and mind, together with his dear wife, conceived the idea to start Viva College 10 years ago. When you look at the expansive grounds and the impressive infrastructure and the order of the school's layout, it is easy to conclude that the founders are focused on providing wholesome education to the young citizens of Uganda. Across the Nile, I tell people, when you clap, you really do clap. That's something I've got to teach Ugandans apparently. If something is good, clap meaningfully so that people know you appreciate. So now we thank them and congratulate them. We wish you a future full of progress and blessings. The most impactful epochs of civilization have been premised on how its communities, on how their communities embraced learning, education, and innovation. Right from the ancient Egyptian black civilization. I don't know whether the students of Viva College know that the people who built the pyramids of the ancient Egyptian civilization were blacks. If you didn't know that, now you know. Right from back then, through the days of the Roman Empire, through the days of Genghis Khan, of the Mongol Empire, through the formation of states in Europe, following the collapse of the Roman Empire, through the Industrial Revolution, colonialism and imperialism, all these epochs have one common feature: education. These days we talk about innovation. Even here we've been talking about innovation. We talk about science, we talk about technology, we talk about communication, we talk about environmental protection, and many more. All these ideas are beneficial to the shaping of the world in which we live. However, we should all know that education is the only reliable route that can lead us to the realization of these trending ideas. I talk to students a lot. Even this week I was talking to students, even the other week, and this is what I tell you. This is what I tell them. The narrative that you can be successful without education is faulty. There is a growing narrative, especially on social media, that you don't have to go to school to succeed. Of course, not everybody who has succeeded has been to school, but going to school doesn't stop you from succeeding. Now, that is the important thing. If you want to do business, you can do business after going to school. Simon Sekancha is here. He was working in the Standard Chartered Bank. He's a famous entrepreneur. And many more. And many more. You can follow whatever dream you have, but after you've gotten education, uneducated people can be a big liability. Ideas that will transform Uganda and the world are always going to be harnessed by leaders. And those leaders must have the ability to appreciate the ideas that will shape the country and the world. That's why these days we refer to education as the food for the brains and the minds. And we also reject these days the idea, or those people talking about educating children as a sacrifice. Education is a basic necessity which parents and governments must plan for and commit to provide. And it's one of those tools that will lead to social and economic transformation of Uganda, Africa, and the world. That's why, like the Katikiro here, my brother said, education shouldn't be restricted to the results that the kids get. That's important, and I applaud those who got the highest marks. Education should create citizens of great minds. After you get these good grades, we look at your mind. Citizens who can differentiate between right and wrong, between good and bad. Citizens who have courage to assume leadership that can initiate solutions to the daily challenges of the ordinary citizens. You can't have social and economic transformation unless you have solutions for the daily challenges of the ordinary citizens. District Education Officer. They say that character is destiny. How we nurture the minds of the students here is what will determine the caliber of citizens we shall have in the future. Those kind of citizens who will be better than us. My brother here says his children are better than him, thanks for attending this school. Yes, you must, or you should, build a house better than your father's. Maybe. You should have children who are better than you. Their minds should be big and broader than yours. That's how communities develop. That's an important point. So, those who will be better than us with better ideas, innovation, and productivity. This morning, soon after I'd arrived, I had the honor of commissioning the school Science Innovation Center. This center offers practical skills to the students, tailoring, IT, greenhouse management, artisanship. I witnessed those making soap, building bridges, making mosquito repellents, and many more. Actually, I was gifted with a number of products. Thank you very much, students. We need skills to manage our daily lives. Never forget that. You could be a lawyer. The Master of Ceremonies here is very proud of being a lawyer. And the Katikiro Busoga chides him a little bit because he didn't study law. Don't worry, you are good where you are, my brother. You could be a lawyer, medical practitioner, you could be anything. But if you don't have skills, you are doomed. You know, simple skills, baking, tailoring, home management, laundry. I know a number of people who can't iron their shirts. Many of them, some of them could even be here, ironing their shirts, pressing them, you know, gardening. How many homes have you visited with shrubs within their flowers? Simple gardening. These kind of skills, once effectively practiced, can easily transform you into budding entrepreneurs. Young people your age these days are easily impressed. You like the good things that life can offer. So if you want a beautiful house, or a big bank account, or a big car, make sure you have mastered a particular skill. And what happens in the Innovation Center here at Viva is a good starting point. Thank you very much. You know, you've been here since 10 o'clock, maybe since 9 o'clock. And 10, 7. So you must be exhausted and hungry. So I want to wind up. I want to wind up by thanking the founder chairman and his wife for inviting me. Incidentally, I have grandchildren here. I haven't seen any of them. I see the parents. That lady in a blue dress is my daughter, and that's her husband, Sam Mubiru and Deborah. Sam Mubiru Bachika and Deborah. Deborah is my daughter. She's my brother's daughter, and my grandchildren are here. I haven't seen them. So I am a parent here as well, a grandparent here as well. I believe, like radio and Wizo sang, ebirungi biri mu maaso. I thank you for the warm welcome. The dancers have been very impressive. Weren't you impressed? The drummers, the singers, the poets, I've loved it all. I thank you for my portrait. It actually looks like me. Maybe it looks better than me. I don't know. I love it. I thank you for the contribution of 20 million shillings towards the fight against HIV/AIDS. We are having the Kabaka's birthday run on the 12th of April as we fight HIV/AIDS so that we banish it out of Uganda by 2030. I'm sure people are going to run in Jinja as well. So I thank you very much, Viva College. I wish you all God's blessings and good health. Chabazinga afungue. Sawa Saja Kabaka Wanga.